Yo, Electroheads, look, I know how difficult it can be to find the perfect scooter that's perfect for getting around town. But what me and Moj have decided to do today is try and make things just that little bit more simple for you. So what we're gonna do is review 5 of the most sought after scooters under £500 in hopes that by the end of it, we can decide what the best one is out of them all. So without further ado, let's get into it.
First up is perhaps the most popular commuter of them all, the Xiaomi Mi 1S. The Xiaomi brand is hands down one of the hottest sellers on the market today, on the back of the commercial success of its predecessor, the Xiaomi M365. The Mi 1S signals a march of progress by the Xiaomi brand, who've incorporated an all-new LED lighting system for improved safety alongside some other very cool features. And check it out, they've integrated an app that enables users to check up on the health of their e-scooter, from the condition of their battery to overcharging, short-circuiting and more. I always think it's dope when a manufacturer empowers the user to really own and understand the functionality of their device, because it is their scooter at the end of the day. The pros of this scooter is that it's very cheap and accessible. It's easy to get your hands on for as low as £100 if you buy second-hand from somewhere online. For its price, it has a very sturdy frame as well. The build quality feels stable and is fairly comfortable, again given the price range of the scooter. The cons are, the deck is quite small and it has a very tame IP54 rating, meaning I can't ride it in rain or puddles. Again, Xiaomi, good design for its price, but what are all these words about? Please? Oh my days, my eyes mojo, bro. My eyes are messed up. Look onto Specsavers, fam. This ain't a paid promo, but I should have. Please carefully read the manual before you. Xiaomi, howler. Next up, weighing in at 15 kg is the Riley RS2, the Dark Horse. Now I did some research on the RS2, the Dark Horse, in this review. The way Riley talked about this model sounds like it's safety first, I'll be on control, have peace of mind, etc. But I wanted to try it for myself and understand what the riding experience was really like. Promoted as the older sibling of Riley's previous release, the RS1, a lot was being said about its improved battery life. But of course, when you're riding with the Riley, you're always going to have to big up the detachable battery feature, which makes life so much easier. You can literally pop out the stock battery that comes inside the shipped Riley scooter and replace it with an even larger Panasonic 12.8 amp hour battery, which bumps up the overall range by a couple miles. But it doesn't hide the reality that the user still has to shell out another 100 quid on the detachable battery despite its range anxiety free benefits. Let's get into the pros. Obviously, the detachable battery is a very special feature. Also, the generous 120 kg max load is very good, especially when you compare it to other scooters in its class. The cons, however, is the steering is pretty heavy, and in the city, that's a huge problem. Moja, look, I think the heavens are about to open. Do you think we're gonna make it? We got 3 scooters to review. Probably not, but we're gonna try it anyway, man. Let's do it. And next we have the E2, the Ital, the Utui Booster S Plus. With this one, I'm a bit biased because I've had the opportunity to live with the E2 Booster S Plus for a couple of months, thanks to our friends at Personal Electric Transport. And I have to say, guys, for durability, there's not much better on the market. Before I picked it up, a few of my friends were saying, yeah, it's so portable and strong. And I was thinking, surely there has to be some sort of trade-off. It can't just be that small and so strong. But no, not with this guy. I'm only 70 kg, but I heard the E2 can take up to 125 kg. And that really allowed me to do all sorts, such as deliveries, go grocery shopping, hop over curbs for attention and all sorts. The display compared to others in this class is actually quite advanced, with a weather report, ride mode, range, battery percentage and of course, speed reading. The brakes are great with a regenerative front electric brake and a rear mechanical one. Let's head into the pros. It's freakishly lightweight and nimble. It has foldable handlebars and is so durable. The fact that they fit suspension in such a small frame really sets this apart. The only con I'd really say is the slippery airless tyres really make it a bit of a hazard during rainy weather. Here's my thoughts on the Decent e-scooter. It's a solid build, solid scooter. You can tell Decent really put in a considerable effort trying to make the scooter a comfortable and very stable experience. And that's really felt with the very bouncy 10-inch pneumatic tyres, which are filled with anti-puncture fluids, which is really reassuring. The Decent's alloy frame seems to hold up really well, and I don't really get thrown about too much, even on the poorest roads where the council can't be asked to intervene. The stem is pretty wide, and I guess that adds to the overall solid feel, but carrying it isn't fun as it doesn't fit in your hand very nicely. Unless you're Kawhi Leonard, who's literally known all around the world for having these claw-like hands. Oh yeah, and being a decent basketball player. Let's head into the pros. It's got a swappable battery just like its love child, the Riley RS2. The cruise control is always a pretty useful feature. It's a very comfortable ride. The cons are there's no app and it's very hard to carry because of the very thick stem.
How's that one? Decent? Decent?
More than decent.
Oh.
Last and certainly not least is the Pure Air 2nd generation. When it comes to appeal, nothing gets in the way of Pure and their e-scooters. If I was buying one of these things, I'll do so knowing that there's literally Pure shops all over the nation with full-time staff getting paid just to fix my scooter. Much has been said about the comfort and performance of this scooter, and to be honest with you, both are pretty spot on. In terms of braking, which I think you have to include for city scooters because you're always braking.
Tesla, big up.
AirPro's braking system is pretty neat. When the brake is applied, it engages a single drum brake at the front as well as regenerative motor braking at the rear. The small criticism I'll probably have is the foam grips aren't the grippiest and most weather resistant, especially when you compare it to the rubber handle grips found for example on the Xiaomi and the E2. The 3 riding modes, Eco, Medium and High modes, allow the user to adjust how fast they ride and the range they'll ultimately get on a single charge, which is always useful. The Pure Air is a little pricier than the others on the list, coming in at £599 on the Pure website and some other retailers, although technically you could probably buy it below £500 if you get it second hand. Now we've had a chance to get a feel for every scooter, their signature features and their specific flaws, it's now time to rank what we feel is better than the rest.
Boom. Yes.
Yes.
Right, hope you guys enjoyed watching Washington cruising around on the scooters today. And I hope that today you're going to get a pretty good idea of where's the best place to put your £500 so you can get around London or wherever you live. So we've done a little bit of mathematics and we've got our leaderboard for today's scooters. First place, the E2, E-Town.
Yeah, I can't blame you at all. I just think the E2 is just a solid build. And out of all of these, it's definitely the king of the commuters.
Second place, we got the Pure.
Ooh. Again, man, Pure. I see it all over the streets, and I understand why it's so popular and in demand. So, very, very deserved second place.
Yeah, it was close between the Riley and the Decent.
Very similar scooters. It could have went either way, third, fourth, vice versa between the Riley and the Decent. But yeah, overall, very solid scooter. And yeah, it deserves to be at least on the podium out of these 5.
That would make fourth place, Riley's brother, the Decent.
Should we just give them a bronze each? You know what I mean? Half a bronze, does that exist?
I think a bronze is what you get when the scooter's called Decent. Last place.
I feel like the whole Xiaomi community are gonna rein in on us, man. Please don't cancel us. I know you guys love your Xiaomis, but we're just coming from the whole riding experience from our own thing. So guys, if you want to dispute that, you can, but we feel, based on my experience riding it today, Mojo's experience of the whole scooter, this comes in last place. But guys, let us know in the comments, what are you ranking these scooters? It'll be very, very great to know. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Do remember to comment, like and subscribe. And as always, follow the culture before the culture follows you. Now jump on this.
Yeah.
This is called the Michael Jackson lead, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my days, RIP the king of pop.